What is good, y'all? So, it's an off week for the UFC, but it's not an off week for us. So, we decided to do something a little bit different and get out of the studio and go and play some disc golf. But while we're doing that, we're going to give our thoughts on some recently announced fights and give our picks. And also, we've added a new twist to making these picks. We need to have some consequences to picking these picks wrong. We can't just be out here just picking stuff all crazy. So, let me know what you think the consequences for the loser of the picks of an event should be. Drop those down in the comments, and we'll see if we can include those, and then we'll show the payoff for losing an event. But meanwhile, let's go play some disc golf. Check it out.
Where'd he go? All right, so first on the list, we got the spectacle that is Paulo Costa and Hamzat. So it's the secret juice versus kill everybody, everyone, Boars.
Kill everybody.
So Paulo, so he's predominantly, TKO, overwhelm a bitch striker, and Boars, he's just well-rounded. But their fighting styles mirror their personality. So Costa's, kind of flashy, and Chimaev's, quiet. He's a little intense.
Yeah.
What do you think this says about the psychology of their fighting?
Well, I think that when people are on like social media or just media in general, a lot of times they're gonna do one of two things. They're gonna like go in a totally opposite direction of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
or they're gonna expound more of who they are. And I think for both of them, they are expounding more of who they are. So on Hamzat Chimaev, he in his social media, which going back to what we said on the YouTube, the top YouTube fighters, and he was on my list. It's because he has that quiet confidence. If you talk to him, yes, he's more braggadocious about what he can do, but if you don't say anything to him, he's not going to say much. He's going to show you what he can do. Paulo Costa is a little bit more verbose. His social media is hilarious. He's probably the best follow in the UFC, but a lot of that dictates what or shows what they do in the fight. Boris is, like you said, an all-around type of fighter. He's focused more on the wrestling. That's what he's really, really good at. That's his base. But as he showed in the Burns fight, he can strike with you. He can strike with anybody. And whereas Paulo Costa, he's coming in to land big, heavy punches. He's not a one-punch knockout artist, but he will overwhelm you with his power, push you up against the fence. And I think that's where the rubber meets the road when it comes to those two. Which one's going to be able to impose their personality, their style, and push the fight where they want it to go. I mean, I think most people probably agree it's probably Hamza Chimaev is going to be able to do that because he's able to win in a variety of ways. Where Paulo Costa, it's one-way traffic. It's one way that he's going to do it, and it's going to be pushing you up against the fence and unleashing hell with his strikes, with his hands. So yeah, for my pick, I got to pick Hamza Chimaev. Let's keep this thing down. I mean, if Hamza Chimaev wins, what else you got for him? I mean, you know what? He actually has been talking about Sean Strickland lately too, which obviously he can still go down. He's only missed weight one time. Everybody talks shit about him missing weight. He missed weight once. Habib missed weight multiple times. Nobody says anything about his weight. Hamzat misses it once, and all of a sudden he can't make the weight.
Everybody loses their mind.
So I think that he can still make the weight. If he wants to go down, he has to commit to it and be able to go down. So I think that he wins this fight, and he fights depending on what they do with Sean Strickland and Izzy, Izzy's got his legal situation right now. But I mean, Hamza Chimaev, he fights this fight. His next fight's gonna be for a belt, one of the divisions, whatever. That's the pick. I ain't getting no power. Just straight.
All right. So, am I aiming way over there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See if I can remember how to do this. All right. So my pick.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Hamza. I think that's a pretty easy pick. But if Paul could keep him standing up, and if he can keep his cardio where it needs to be, I think he can. Is possible. But I'm gonna go
Possible.
Hamza too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
I'm talking to myself.
Oh shit.
Okay. That was good. It started off really good, right? And then that's how Paulo Costa's gonna do. All right, guys, we got a putter here. Okay, so just to give you guys some context, it's not that far.
It's not.
But what's far is us. The reaching we're doing out here to try and remember how to do this. It's been like
we haven't played in
a year.
Yeah, it's been a year. And you know what? Like when we first started playing this, I was like, fucking going pro.
You made me spit.
Yeah, right now it don't look like that right now. It don't look like that. But that don't mean that I can't.
Practice and time.
Yeah.
Something Colby Covington has none of. He's taken no parts of practice and time. This fool's been out for a whole year. Okay? So that's the next fight. Leon and Colby, the undeserving.
Man, yes.
The undeserving.
That should be his name. Colby the undeserving.
I'm saying. So, okay, so what's interesting about this is how, patriotic they are. So, Covington, he's always draped around the Make America Great Again and whatnot. And Edwards, being from UK, could national pride add another layer to the fight? What do you think?
I think on the Colby side, maybe. You know what? Colby has a lot of support. I think for people who are his detractors, they don't see it that way. It's kind of the same way as the person that he supports, Donald Trump. Like, you kind of underestimate the amount of followers and fanfare that he gets and he garners. But like, on the flip side, I mean, from being in the United States, we don't see the popularity that Leon has. But over in the UK, I think that you can see it, especially like when he came out against Usman in that second fight, like the pop that he got, it wasn't just because he was from the UK. It's because he's Leon Edwards. And I think that does play an interesting role here, considering the fight's going to be in the United States. But I don't think that changes the possibility of ring rust that Colby Covington could have. He's going to do a lot of wrestling. Leon knows he's going to do a lot of wrestling. A lot of people like to compare Colby and Kamaru Usman, but they're very different in the fact that that Colby is going to do his takedowns and he'll punch to set up the takedown, whereas Kamaru's going to push you up against the fence. So Leon, I still favor Leon in this match. I'm picking Leon. I think that he walks out of there with the win, and Colby's going to have to reassess his life and probably try to call out Dustin Poirier. That's where it's going to go. That's what I see. So, let's see if I can make it play. I don't think I can make it. I don't think.
Look like that meme. Oh!
I just need not enough power. Not enough power.
Okay. All right, so my pick. Did you throw it your left?
No, I threw my right.
Turned, right? All right. Yeah, I think Colby, again, same as Costa. I think he has a shot. His record isn't too strong, right? His fighting record. But I think Leon, I'll say, it's not going to be an easy fight. Yeah, so that's my pick. Where goes Leon?
Leon.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
Leon Rocky
So
Edwards.
this isn't going to be as glorious as yours. Mine's probably going to fly out, hit the butterflies.
Let's find out.
I twinkle toed that one. I don't know why. So we have a question for you guys. We've been taking a look at the analytics, and here's what we want to know: why you not subscribed? How you gonna watch and you not subscribed?
It makes no sense.
What are you doing out here?
Get your life together and subscribe. Come on.
What else you doing with your life, huh?
All right, so like I say, Tony been around for a while, you know. So how do you think the evolution of his fight promotion contrasts with Paddy's modern social media persona is?
That's a good question. So Tony Ferguson is obviously he's a legend in the game, and he started when social media really started kicking off. And I think what's different about Tony is he's more of a short video. Let me show you how I'm training. Let me show you all this crazy shit that I'm doing. And versus Paddy Pimblett is more of a business. He's got him and Sugar Sean. I know they don't necessarily get along, but they are a lot alike when it comes to developing their brand, making sure that they have something outside of fighting, that fighting feeds. So I think that that's where the differences lie. But when it comes to the fight, Paddy is definitely more new school. He's gonna have, despite the whole fat Paddy thing, he's gonna have better cardio, I think, than Tony. And that's just age. I mean, Tony's 39 years old. I am past 39 years old. And I know how that cardio, no matter what you do, your age tends to creep up on you. But despite that, I do think it's going to be a closer fight than people give Tony credit for. I'm still going to go with Paddy, but I think it's going to be a closer fight than a lot of people are giving it credit for. And I think that Tony's going to have a good showing, even though I think that win or lose, he should retire.
You're right. I think this is going to be a closer fight than people give Tony credit for. I don't remember if he was winning that fight with Chandler, but I remember it being pretty close, if anything, and his ass just got caught by that horrible that foot. It turned him into Benjamin Button of the situation. But I think I'm gonna go with Tony, like Tai Tuivasa with the heavy heart. If it goes to Paddy, I would say it'll be a judge's situation, kind of like his previous.
So you think that Paddy's gonna snatch it via judge mistake?
I think Paddy's gonna snatch it exactly how he snatched his last one.
Against Drea Gordon?
Yeah. And then he's gonna go into a cave, turn into fucking Sandy from, when she's hibernating. I think, if Baby Back Rib Paddy wins it, for sure it'll be like a judge's situation in my head. I'm going with Tony. Okay.
Tony Ferguson, El Kukui for the win. Let's see what she does here. Oh.
That was supposed to count.
Okay. She threw it out in the street.
I'm not gonna quit my day job. Is that a bee? That's a whole ass bee. I'm just sitting out here with no EpiPen. I'm allergic to bees, guys, so. My hope is that that's how Jessica Andrade is gonna be looking at Mackenzie Dern on the floor, knocked out. You okay, girl?
See, Okay.
That's next up. Andrade versus Dern.
Man. You know what? I feel like this is kind of flying under the radar because a lot of people are talking about Tony Ferguson losing all those fights in a row. God dang, Jessica Andrade just lost a lot of fights in a row. Matter of fact,
3 or 4. What is it?
3?
3.
About to be 4, maybe.
I think.
I mean,
I can't. I don't recall.
I think this is her 4th fight this year. She's fought a lot. She's been busy, but she took a fight on short notice after losing. And I get it. You know, you want to get back in there and redeem yourself, but I don't feel like she's giving herself enough time to rest after these fights, and she's just jumping back in there. And the UFC is like, she's a former champion. Hell yeah, you can come back in there. And Mackenzie Dern can capitalize off of that. Mackenzie Dern looked amazing against Angela Hill, and I think this puts her in that conversation where you start to think, okay, Mackenzie Dern might be championship material, maybe. You know, if she beats a former champion, I gotta go Mackenzie Dern on this one. I'm gonna go Mackenzie. I think that when it comes to jiu-jitsu, nobody's beating Mackenzie Dern. And then her striking, if she comes with a mean Mackenzie Dern, I just got divorced Mackenzie Dern, that Mackenzie Dern is probably going to get Jessica Andrade out of there. But the real question is, what does the UFC do with Jessica Andrade after losing 4 fights in a row? But she's losing 4 fights against some killers. I don't know. I don't know how you look at that. I mean, do you look at it the same way as you look at Tony Ferguson, who also lost these fights to killers? I don't know. I mean, she's not going to get cut, but I mean, I don't know. But Mackenzie Dern is the pick. That's who you should go with.
Well, I do like that Mackenzie Dern has been training with Henry Cejudo. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm also probably going Dern, honestly. Are we picking all the same people?
No, you picked Tony.
Oh, you picked
Patty.
That bastard. So, yeah, I think damn, I almost want to just kind of go against the grain here and go Jessica and cross my fingers because, well, actually, when she fought, who was it? Jan? I thought she was gonna get Jan out of there, and I want to say she got the TKO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm gonna pick Jessica, but I do think Mackenzie's gonna take it, just based on, I don't know if you said this, but earlier you said just the trajectory that they're on, and it's like complete opposite.
That's
Jessica
true.
Going down, Dern going up, and
yeah.
I'm going Jessica.
Hey,
go against the
before you
grain.
throw, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Do you believe that momentum is real in fighting? It's not within the fight itself, but you know, if you got somebody that's on a 3-fight win streak and somebody on a 3-fight losing streak, you know, does that person have a little bit more juice coming into the fight? Do you think that that's real?
I think it does play into their confidence for sure. The person that's on a winning streak and the losing streak, the opposite of that is the person with the losing streak has obviously more to lose and might put a little bit more pressure on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Did that answer the question?
It does.
All right, here we go. This is the question I'm not going to answer. So I'm trying to get this down there. Hopefully I don't hit that sign.
You do better than I did.
All right, hopefully someone's able to comment and be like, give me some tips and damn techniques, tips and tricks, please, people. Okay. So, yep, bad. All right, so, okay. Which way? Oh, so okay. It's gonna be fun. Like this next fight. Last fight here, we got Yuri Prochazka versus Alex. So how do you say his last name? Poatan?
Peloton?
Poatan.
Yeah, like Peloton.
That's exactly what I thought about. All right. So, okay, this was interesting because, all right, so Yuri, he's, obviously from, well, that's not obvious, is it, that he's from Czech Republic? So it's a filler word. But they're not traditionally known for, MMA, right? But he's pretty much putting them on the map. And he brings a blend of what, Muay Thai and what, just traditional? Like, what is it? Help me out.
I mean, I think it's more Muay Thai, but like, if you ask him, he's a samurai.
Well, that's true. But on the flip side, you got Pereira, and he's an anomaly. They're normally known for BJJ, and he is out here a whole elite kickboxer, and I would say arguably, can I say it, better than Izzy? I don't know. We'll see. Moving right along. Okay, so right. So in their own way, they kind of represent just like a facet of their country and their approach to the sport. Yeah. So how do you think that it's symbolic, the battle between these two?
I think you're right. It is like two different worlds, two different factions kind of coming together and colliding on that particular day. And one, like, this is probably one of the most exciting fights to look forward to. It's very different from the Jan Blachowicz fight, because you knew Jan was going to try to use the same tactics that he used when he fought Izzy. With Alex Pereira,
I sound like Chael Sonnen. With Alex Pereira being an anomaly, I think that, but despite him being an anomaly, he actually is really good on the ground as far as defensively. He has to be, because he's been training with Glover, and Glover's probably been tying him in knots. But I don't think that's going to be an issue, even though Yuri he's got some rudimentary ground skills, I would say. He did choke out Glover. But
barely.
Yeah, Glover was tired of shit. But despite that, I am going with Alex Pereira to complete the most weird and quickest way to being a two-time, two-division champion. I think Alex gets it. And it starts to develop a whole new storyline for Israel Adesanya to go up to light heavyweight to see if he can take what is Alex's. Because the whole time, Alex has been chasing Izzy and taking what's his. So now Izzy can become the hunter, like he has on his shirts, and go and take what's Alex's. He's not tied up being a champion of a division and having to defend that shit no more. So he's actually free to do whatever he wants to do. So I think this plays right into Izzy's hands, and we're going to see a trilogy in the UFC. Obviously, it's the fourth time. We're going to see Alex win, Izzy go up and try to take that belt. That's what's going to happen, I think. 3,
4. All right, so now that I think about it, I am going to Pereira for one, but Teixeira, he didn't tap right with Glover. That's how tired I am. Teixeira didn't tap with Glover, right? No, Yuri, I don't think he tapped with Glover. I think it was like you're doing a good job, which, fuck, why are you like that? But oh man, I do think I think Alex takes it. I would prefer seeing Alex fight Jamal Hill for the belt over Yuri, and I think it's just, I feel Alex is gonna pose it's just gonna be a better fight. He has better striking, and although I do like a ground game, I love a striking game better, for sure. Mm-hmm. So I'm going Alex. I think he's going to get Yuri out of there. I'm going to say knockout round 2.
Man, you like them round twos. Okay.
Is that what I always pick?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. Round 3, fine.
I don't want to influence you. You know
Round
what
3,
I'm
but then I'll be able to be like,
You gonna,
what's his name? Haha.
uh,
I really said 2, so haha.
you gonna Kevin Holland me? Okay.
I'm gonna turn Kevin Holland into a verb. All right, here we go. Disastrous shot coming up. That's what happens.
Well, you know, you're destroying trees. It's not good for the environment.
So, you know, sun's in my eyes, the wind's kind of blowing every direction, and the ground is unleveled. The gophers are fucking laughing at me. It's a lot going on, okay? So I understand where Rose is coming from now. I get it.
So yeah, that's 5 fights. What do you classify those fights?
The don't blink fights.
The don't blink fights. Those are very important fights, very high profile types of fights that the people who aren't deep divers.
There we go. Advent, right? Is it Advent? Is that the word?
Avid.
Avid. Advent is a calendar, guys.
Yeah, that ain't it.
Stay classy.
Avid UFC watchers. If you're not one of those and you just like the big fights, those are ones to definitely pay attention to. Not to say that you shouldn't pay attention to the other ones, because those are important as well. A lot of time more important, because you learn more about the game. But if you just, came for a good time, not a long time, then those are the fights that you want to see right there for sure. But if you want to see other fights, then click this video right here.
That's good. I like it. That video right there you're pointing at.
Yeah, that's the one.